Hey guys, lots of time has passed since Black Ops 3, and I wanted to go back and look at maybe some of the things we missed or some of the unanswered questions that we still had. There was a mystery on Zetsubo no Shima, and some new information has surfaced where we finally got our answers. This is going to be regarding the mystery around the Skull of Nansapwa and the upgraded information in the code that was found. Years ago when Zetsubo first released, Gaming Revolution made a video showing that the Skull of Nansapwa, called Skull Gun, actually had a line of code saying that it could be upgraded. I looked into it and found some information that yes, this was a real thing, and there are steps on how it was going to be upgraded, and also it was going to have a very cool ability. And the ability has a backstory also that's pretty entertaining. So to first obtain the Skull of Nansapwa, you have to cleanse 4 skulls and then put them in this podium here and then go underground to do a lockdown with the keepers. After that, everyone can pick up the skull, and it has 2 functions. The left button does a mesmerize and the right button does a disintegrate. The skull is extremely powerful and it has a massive range. You can be shooting zombies from like 40 feet away. Based on what I can tell from these upgraded steps that I'm about to show you and the power that the upgraded version was going to have, it seems like they cut the upgraded version and went ahead and gave us the power that the upgraded version was going to have. So essentially we are playing with the upgraded version, except for there's one very cool feature and ability that it could do that we're not able to do. And it makes sense why we can't do it, because again, it's already extremely OP. But I'll show you guys what I know of the steps and then this really cool ability and the backstory around it. The upgrade to the skull was basically to do a series of steps that use the reveal feature, like the left button, and the skull would absorb elemental power and knowledge, and it would make it more powerful, and then it would be upgraded. And I believe we're seeing one of the first steps here in the underground area where you do the lockdown to first pick up the skull. If you do the left mesmerize button, it reveals 3 murals. For the main Easter egg, we do go around and use the mesmerize to reveal things on walls and open doors, but we don't use these murals for anything. And even though we can't upgrade the skull, they left these murals in because they do tell a very important part of the story. And that's all I know about the steps. Now, the upgraded ability was going to be something that was kind of an Easter egg to one of the famous Ghostbuster scenes. And most people have seen this movie and this particular scene where they all 4 of them get on the roof and decide to finally cross all 4 proton streams and try to defeat the enemy. Well, the upgraded skull's ability was something like that. You had to have 4 players in a game. It would not work with 2 or 3. Then all 4 players needed to be together somewhere on the map, and they needed to hold out the Skull of Nansapwa and then hit the right button that does the disintegrate. And if all 4 players were close enough together and the light streams were touching one another, it would create this huge energy tornado sucking everything into it and killing it. And it would last the entire duration of the skull meter. And then basing this skull's ability on the Ghostbusters famous scene is not random. There is an important reason why they were doing it. Most people probably know that Zetsubo no Shima is based in a real life location in the South Pacific on Pohnpei Island. There's an ancient city of ruins called Nanmandal, and that's where we are in Black Ops 3. Nanmandal has one of the world's biggest archaeological mysteries. It has ancient ruins with temples and tombs, and the way that these temples and tombs were built is still a mystery. They were built with these megalithic stones that could weigh up to 50 tons. And yeah, scientists, archaeologists have no idea how the people back then built this. This is up there with the Giza pyramids, and it's also considered the 8th wonder of the world. So it's super mysterious. And on top of that, the one thing that Nanmandal is known for is being extremely haunted. No one lives in Nanmandal. In fact, the locals will not go into it, and they don't let people into it at night. The locals are terrified of this place, and they call it the ghost city, basically. If you were to Google world's most haunted places, I'm sure this would show up. So that's why the upgraded skull was going to have this Ghostbusters theme. We went in to try it just with the regular skull, just in case something was hidden, because we're like, well, maybe 4 people never really got together and try to focus fire on something and try to get this huge tornado. And shout out to Sky and Mr. Choose. We went in and we tried a bunch of different stuff. We put on some mods, gave us money, gave us God mode, and we really went at it, but yeah, nothing happened. With us 4 grouped together and using the skull all at the same time, it was destroying everything, but we're just not getting that cool vortex tornado animation. That would have been awesome to see. It did the same animation where it kind of lifts them up off the ground and then they disintegrate. But yeah, it definitely seems cut unless we're totally missing something, but I hope you guys enjoyed this and we'll see you next video.